We are now going live on YouTube. Welcome back, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Angela Carter. I'm the program manager for Measure 110, and I'm assisting Keisha as the facilitator for today's meeting. The Oversight and Accountability Council welcomes and encourages community input. Members of the public are invited to submit public comments, or if you'd like to get on our interested parties email list, please reach out to oha.measure110@dhsoha.state.or.us. And I apologize, I sent the captioning to the wrong person. There we go. All right. So if you would like any more information or support with community engagement, please reach out to Jessica Carroll. Oversight and Accountability Council members have asked that OHA and other staff, as well as any members of the press who are present in the meeting space, please introduce yourself in the chat. Please share your role with the agency, your pronouns, and if you are a subject matter expert, your area of expertise. I believe that we should, since we are returning from executive session, probably take roll once again to assure that we have quorum. We have a number of votes to go through today, and want to make sure that we have enough folks in the room to make those votes happen. So Walter, if you would be so kind as to go through a quick roll again.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again,
thank you.
Please make sure everybody says here when I call your name, just to make sure. Amy, are you here? Hey,
here.
Good to see you. Thank you. Blue.
Here.
Okay. Carlos.
Here.
Thank you, Carlos. Caroline.
Here.
Okay. Dharma.
I'm here, sorry.
Oh, no worries. All right. Aylwin. I think Aylwin's not. Aylwin. Okay. Henry.
I'm here.
Okay. Thank you. Hubert.
I'm here.
Thank you. Karen.
Here.
Thank you. Keisha.
Here.
Thank you. Lana. Leticia. Okay. Melinda.
Here.
Okay. Morgan.
Here.
Okay. Nicole.
I'm here.
Okay. Onisha. Ron. Ron, you here?
I'm sorry, I said here. Maybe I was muted on your end.
Okay, thank you. Sabrina.
I'm here.
Okay. Zeb.
I'm here.
All right. And Steve.
Here.
All right. And Reginald.
Here.
All right. Back over to you.
All right. Thank you
Angela.
so much, Walter. So we, in the chat, I see Leticia says that she is here. So we are just returning from executive session. We were in executive session from 1:30 until 3. And now we are coming out to, we have actually quite a number of votes for today. Before we go into OHA updates and Keisha taking the meeting agenda, sharing the meeting agenda, I will request that everyone remember that this Zoom meeting is a meeting that is for Oversight and Accountability Council members and for OHA staff, as well as the press at certain times. Please remember not to share the Zoom link with anyone else to keep this meeting private for you. Thank you very much. All right. Keisha, may I pass to you to go over the
All
agenda?
right, so the agenda, it might be a little out of order, but we're gonna have OHA updates. We're gonna have Harney County burn grant agreement. We're gonna have a presentation and then a vote. Delegated authority for signing the grant agreements, presentation and vote. Lines for Life, extension length, vote, and also adding a few things into the grant. What is it? The grant proposals that we missed that we got to vote on. The supportive employment and the mobile outreach. Back to you, Angela.
All right. So because we are limited in, oh, did I hear someone?
I'm just happy to, Angela, I think you're headed where this is Dawn, everybody, she, her, hers, chief of staff at OHA. And I think I'm with you that we're a bit limited on time. So I think that normally we kind of give you an update of where we are in the process and subcommittees and all that. And I think that the biggest piece of information that we want to share, which will come in a second, is that the county applicant for Harney County is complete. And so in a few minutes, you will hear from Steve and we will get to go through our very first y'all making a full, a complete decision about this to be able to move to execute an actual agreement. So this is really, really, yeah, unbelievable day. And really exciting. And as as y'all have seen the progress in the subcommittees moving forward, and in different letters of intent going out, I think the other highlight I will just note is that the first welcome meeting for tri-county applicants, so for Washington County, will occur tomorrow. And so that will be the first kind of big meeting, which will we will learn lots, and we are learning as we go as OHA in these welcome and negotiation meetings. And so we will have lots more to report to you all next week. So hopefully that covers most of it, Angela.
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
Thank you. And for the sake of expediency, perhaps we should go right to the discussion of the Harney County grant agreements, if you're feeling ready, Steve.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
I'm hoping somebody has the slides. So what you'll see here is a couple of things. One is, as you made your recent decisions, you have authorized OHA to negotiate on your behalf, but ultimately bring the proposal from these county regions back to you for your approval. And this is the first example of that. So Harney County does someone have those slides? I'm hoping.
I think that
Yeah,
we are just pulling them up.
Sorry.
All right, awesome, thank you. Yep, so what you'll see here is the proposal from Symmetry, and you all had a couple of questions. The vote that was taken on this was 7 yeses, no nos, but requesting additional information. And you'll see a key area here of negotiation was to get the Harney County request within the allocation for Harney County. Thank you. Next slide, please. Oops, that's a little bigger. There you go. Perfect.
No, you're asking me to move slides and make it bigger at the same time.
You're doing awesome.
Thanks.
So as you can see, all of the areas were checked, although harm reduction had a conditional award, and they provided a little bit more information about their proposal here. Next slide. The key area was the budget. As you can see, they requested just north of $4.6 million. There's only an allocation of $857,000 per your formula. So there was, almost $4 million over budget. And so that was the key area that had to be negotiated. Next slide. So how they got there from here is in Burns, Oregon, the first burn in Burns, ironically, they had their eye on a property that would have allowed them to operate a coffee shop for employment of people in this program, and it had apartments up above. And so It was a large, beautiful building that required a lot of remodeling in the downtown area. So they were really excited about the potential for this. The community was really excited about this potential as a way to sort of build out the downtown in a way, but clearly they couldn't afford this. So the good news is they had a backup plan, and that backup plan included being able to downsize the request to a more affordable coffee shop and apartment building. And so you can kind of see the basic pieces here. Next slide. So these budget concerns in terms of services. So I think the concern was that there was so much allocated for the infrastructure, the housing and the employment, that there wasn't going to be enough for services. And this is how Symmetry is responding to those. So they operate what's called a certified community behavioral health clinic. There's 11 of these currently across the state. They're not the only one, but the good news with that CCBHC model is they offer a really wide array of services, and you don't have to be an OHP or Medicaid member to access those services. So they're able to, as they operate the CCBHC, offer the very things that are required through their CCBHC. The harm reduction services that they provided additional information will include a mix of outreach services for people, also in-reach activities. They leverage in-kind services through a registered nurse that they have, and community partnerships with their county public health division. So those are already built in. You'll see as part of their proposal that they have provided in-kind services, including 3 staff, a certified recovery mentor, a CADC, and an employment specialist. In addition, they have set aside from their reserves $250,000 so that they have a funding stream available beyond that $871,000 of funding from you all, if you approve this, so that other services could be funding if needed during the 18 months of this contract. And just noting that if the infrastructure, the housing, and the coffee shop are funded, that infrastructure then would already be in place and would not require funding, obviously, in future funding cycles if they continue to be approved. Next slide. The budget reconciliation looks like this. Originally, they had that $4.6 million. They reduced that by over $3 million. They were also able to gain an additional grant fund that helped pay for the infrastructure of $750,000. And so they were able to successfully work down their requested budget down to the full allocation for Harney County, which is the $857 and some change that you see there. You'll also notice the in-kind contributions from Symmetry, including $250,000. That's a contingency fund for services if needed. And then the $205,000, which is the in-kind staffing that they're bringing for this project, for a total of almost $500,000 or $455,000. Next slide. I think that's it for the overview. I'm happy to take questions, and that's their proposal. I think what we would look for is if they're to answer any questions first and foremost, but if this is a proposal that you all are in agreement with, that there be a motion to approve and move it ahead. So happy to take questions. Thank you.
All right, I think Keisha, please go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a question. I make a motion that we approve this budget and move it forward.
Second.
All right. We have a motion by Keisha and a second by Ron to move this grant agreement forward. I see Blue's hand. Did you have a comment before we go to vote?
I had a question, and I'm counting supplies, so I might have missed it, but what was the stipulation with the harm reduction part of the funding?
So Blue, my understanding is that the subcommittee just simply had questions about how they were going to do it. And so they provided additional information that they have a nurse available to support, that they were going to include it with their peer support as both outreach and inreach to provide these services. And of course, within the parameters that were just discussed today about what's legal and appropriate for them to do. So they are including it and within those parameters.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The question from
Caroline.
Caroline.
So I just want to make sure we're clear. So we're approving $857,000 above the request that what we allocated for the county.
Caroline, so the 857,000 and change is the allocation based on the formula for each county region. And so Harney County through Symmetry is requesting the full amount of the allocation, but no more.
Okay. Thank you,
So they
Caroline.
came down, Carolyn, from 4 million to the 867,000.
Okay, I was doing it, something in my mind went backwards. Don't ask me why.
Thank you,
Question from
Caroline.
Karen.
Yeah, I just want to say that Symmetry Care is an excellent provider, and more than half of their staff are people with lived experience. Their director is on my board, so I will declare that. Thank you.
I think, Walter, we can move to vote. I don't see any more hands.
Okay. All right. Motions on the table, starting from the top. Amy, how do you vote?
Sorry, can you restate the
Yes.
motion?
Keisha, can you restate the motion?
I move that we approve Harney County's budget and move it to the final stage. I approve the budget.
Yes. I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Blue,
Abstain.
okay. Carlos,
Yes.
all right. Dharma,
Yes.
all right. Oh, Caroline,
Yes.
okay. Aowen, it's not here. Henry,
Yes.
okay. Hubert,
Yes.
okay. Karen,
Yes.
okay. Keisha,
Yes.
all right. Lana, Leticia,
Vote yes.
okay. Melinda,
Yes.
okay. Morgan,
Yes.
okay. Nicole,
Yes.
okay. Onisha, Ron,
You know, I didn't expect to be this excited about this, but I'm pretty excited about approving the first budget. So yes.
all right. Sabrina,
Yes.
okay. Zeb,
Yes.
all right. That passes with 15. Turn it back over to you, Keisha.
I'm sorry, but Keisha, but could we just pause in this
I was
moment
just
for
gonna,
just
man,
5 seconds?
congratulations, our
Oh
first
my
final.
God.
Woohoo.
Thank you so much. This is
Wow.
really exciting.
Congratulations, everybody. That is amazing. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is such a long time in the making. You all have worked so hard to make this happen. Congratulations. Yeah, me too.
All right.
too.
What's
Me
the
too.
what's the next pressing vote? We got 7
Okay.
minutes.
Do you mind,
True.
Keisha? I'm just gonna give a quick heads up. So y'all know, we are ready to go on the back end with OHA. I'm hoping we have like an executed agreement in the next time, like next day. Honestly, this will be out the door and our finance folks are ready to move their first payment out. So I will keep y'all updated, but please know, I mean, this is unbelievable. I have goosebumps all over, and having been with y'all on your very first vote related to your values, and then this, I know we have other business to get to, but my goodness, wow. I wish we were all in a room and having cookies or something. I don't know what.
Thank you. So yes, we do have a lot more to vote on. And if it is at all possible for folks to stay a little bit after so that we can wrap up these pieces, there is the delegated authority piece, who's going to sign the grant agreements. There is the need to extend the Lines for Life contract and a decision for how long. And then there is a need to discuss a couple of additions, including what we discussed earlier to the template grant agreement. So those are the big pieces that we need to get through today. So I would
And the
say,
supported employment. Oh,
and this, yeah, the supported employment and mobile outreach. So if it's okay to move into a discussion of delegated authority, since we have a grant agreement that is ready to go, we need to know who's going to sign it. So I believe that there is a potential proposal. Keisha, did you have a potential proposal to share?
but I just had a suggestion that the tri-chair sign the grant agreements. I didn't ask them though, so they gotta weigh in.
Any thoughts on the signing of the grant agreements and the delegation of who signs them? Amy and then Zeb.
I think Keisha's right on with that. I think that would be awesome. The tri-chair sign
Right.
it.
Thank you, Amy. And Zeb?
Yeah, I'm with that. I support that completely.
All right. Would anyone? Oh, then Karen, yes.
Yeah, my concern is that this get done rapidly. And I don't know, I mean, I support tri-chair signature. I don't know about all three. There's gonna be a lot of these agreements and I don't want anything to be held up.
So Karen, like we sign, all three of us sign what is it, the offer letters that go out? So they have a digital signature for us, so we don't have to tap in every time. It's just automatic.
All right. Is anyone interested in making a motion?
Can I
as
make a
to-
motion that we have the tri-chair sign the grant agreements?
All right.
I second that.
All right. We have a motion from Amy to assign signing the grant agreements to the tri-chairs. And I heard a second, but I did not see the box light up. So I don't know where it came from. Nicole. Okay. Any further discussion? Allison, yes.
So my question in the chat is if we could just clarify if the motion is about designating all three tri-chairs, where all three tri-chairs would need to sign every agreement, or whether it's kind of independently delegated to each of them. So that way we would just need one of the tri-chairs to sign each agreement, which could be good if people are away from their desk or things like that, and they could be backup for each other.
Do I need to restate my motion to say that I make a motion that the tri-chairs individually be allowed to sign the grant agreement?
Hold on real fast, Amy. Dawn, I don't know where Dawn went, but maybe she can give some insight on that, how we sign the letters, the offer letters, and if it should be that way or could it go this way?
Yeah, so actually, Allison and Shannon, I'm really curious what you guys think. For the letters of intent to award, we use the electronic signature like DocuSign process, and it is a really efficient process. And I would expect we would use the same thing, and I don't know why we couldn't, but that's the same process I would expect us to use here if we're using the tri-chairs as the signatories for the grant agreement.
So I think it's just a matter of, oh, go ahead, Jana. Looks like you're about to talk.
Yeah, so Don, the way I understand it then is once the council makes the funding decisions, then it's just sort of automatic that all three tri-chair signatures would go on the final grant agreement. You don't actually need to wait for somebody to be right. Yeah. So I think you can do it either way, but it sounds like you don't need to give an individual. The authority doesn't need to be sort of, all together or individually in that instance.
All right. Thank you,
I'm
Shannon.
thinking with that, I'm sorry, Blue had a hand up, but I'm thinking with that, we can keep the motion that's on the table.
Go ahead, Blue.
Blue.
I just, I might be overthinking, but is there any issue if we have a conflict of interest with an organization, with us signing those particular agreements? Like, if one person couldn't sign it, would we need somebody else, or could the other two tri-chairs sign it? I'm just trying to think ahead of time, because I think, I know I had one conflict of interest, and I think maybe at least one of the other tri-chairs has. And so I just wanted to check on that.
I think that's a Shannon or Allison.
Yeah, so and Allison, feel free to jump in, but I mean, this is Shannon. I think in that circumstance, maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing to say that the tri-chairs or some subset of the tri-chairs could sign the grant agreements. And then I agree, if a tri-chair actually had a conflict and therefore couldn't vote, they probably shouldn't be signing the grant agreement.
Thank you. Keisha.
Yeah, I was just wondering if those are two separate processes, because on one end was voting, in which you had a conflict of interest, and on the second hand is representing the OAC in providing funding as a whole for the state for the measure, which is a little separate. We didn't have. It's a more of a group decision, but we technically don't have a hand. Like, we didn't read, none of us read every single agreement. I mean, every single proposal and voted, so overall, it just seems like two different processes. But if there's some legality, then I understand.
Yeah, I mean, so sorry, this is Shannon again. I feel like I'm not totally sure about whether or not there's a legal issue, but I certainly think sort of from an optics standpoint, it's not ideal to have a tri-chair that has an actual conflict of interest sign the agreement. So I guess just based on that, it might be better to delegate signing authority to the tri-chairs or a subset of the tri-chairs.
All right, Henry.
Henry had a hand up.
In that regard, then, noting Steve's, statement here, not a separate decision to sign, then the tri-chair signature reflect the decision of the council. That if one of the tri-chairs has a conflict of interest, their signature can be excluded when they report that to whether it's the council or the OHA in the signatory process, and then we can just go forward. Does that make sense? So the tri-chair's signatures are placed on the agreement as the council delegates their authority to do so. And if one of the signatories has a conflict of interest, they can alert OHA so that their signature is not added. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. And I'm just wondering how that went with what was it, the letter of intents that we all signed that we could have a conflict of interest with? I don't know.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Keisha. It was the letter of intent to award. This is Dawn, everybody, was simply a offer to begin the process. So it wasn't like a legally binding document where we were creating any sort of agreement. We were just initiating the process. So it was essentially like a welcome letter from the tri-chair. So there wasn't the same level of concern about the conflict.
I mean, I lean to you guys, whatever we need to do. I just don't see it, but I'm trying to grasp. But whatever the suggestion is, how we do it differently is welcome. We're spending a lot of time.
So we have a motion and a second with the, don't we?
We
We have a
do.
motion, we have a motion and a second, and we are in discussion. And I'm not sure that the discussion, the elements that we just discussed need to be part of the motion. I don't think so. It just basically suggests that the person who has a conflict wants notified of the notified that the award is going, the final agreement is going to be signed, to notify the OHA that they have a conflict and their name will be excluded. And I don't think that needs to be in the motion.
We
Yeah,
do
Ron,
have a-
it's sorry, Ron, it's Shannon. I guess the only reason is it does is if the motion is to say that the tri-chairs have the authority altogether, then having only two of them sign, for example, would be an issue. So it would be safer just to amend the motion to say, delegate authority to the tri-chairs or any, or any one or two of the tri-chairs.
Or subset of tri-chairs.
Yeah.
So the motion would be amended to say, go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry, Karen, and then Amy.
Yeah, I was just going to clarify that the motion that we had versus what we just discussed. What we just discussed was that each individual tri-chair would have the authority to sign agreements. And I think that would cover what we just discussed, but I don't know if that's covered in the motion on the table.
That's how I stated my motion. I hope that it came out that way. I don't mean that they all need to. I mean that each individual tri-chair would have the ability to sign. That's my motion.
We have a second to that?
I know Nicole seconded it before, but. Second, sorry.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
I wasn't really seconding. I was asking who wanted to second, but.
I'll second it. Hubert, I'll second it.
All right. So we have a motion on the table from Amy and a second from Hubert that would allow any of the tri-chairs to sign a grant agreement, one or more of the tri-chairs. All right. I think we're ready for a vote whenever you are ready, Walter.
And that's fine, Shannon? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Amy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Right. Blue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. And Carlos just left. Caroline?
Yes.
All right. Dharma? Dharma, are you there? Okay. Elwin? It's not here. Is Elwin here? Henry?
Yes.
Okay. Hubert?
Yes.
Okay. Karen?
Yes.
All right. Oh, got you, Dharma. Thank you. Keisha?
Yes.
Okay. Lana? Leticia? Uh-oh. You might want to put it in the chat. I think you started breaking up.
Yeah.
Got you. I heard that. Melinda,
Yes.
okay. Morgan,
Yes.
okay. Nicole,
Yes.
okay. Onisha, Ron,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Zeb.
Yes.
All right, motion passes with 15. Turn it back to you, Keisha.
All right. Angela, next thing on the on the
Well, we
block.
still have a couple more pieces, and I know
Yeah,
that
I'm
folks are
I'm
gonna
just
have to,
I'm just making sure we had quorum. Did we have quorum?
I just counted, we still do, yes. So we have, I think, in order of importance, adding supported employment and mobile outreach, which are both required in Senate Bill 755 to the grant agreement template. And then we have a discussion on the length of the extension for the Lines for Life contract. And then we have a discussion of what we spoke of earlier around harm reduction in the contracts or the grant agreements, my apologies. So I believe that we have a request to add supported employment and mobile outreach services as a piece of the template of the grant agreement. Those pieces are requirements as a part of Senate Bill 755, and they are not in the grant agreement template that was approved previously. I will pause there. Shannon might, if I may.
So
briefly have Shan-
would it be an amendment? Oh. So if I make the motion? And Amy has her hand up too.
I was just gonna make the motion to add the supported employment and what was the other one?
Mobile outreach.
Mobile outreach to the grant agreement.
Can we, sorry, this is Shannon O'Fallon from DOJ. Can the motion include adding that language to the MOU template as well?
And to add the MOU language to the MOU template. So my motion is to add supportive employment and mobile outreach to the grant agreements and the MOUs.
Second.
Right. So we have a motion on the table from Amy to amend the grant agreement template to include supported employment and mobile outreach, as well as the MOU template.
Okay.
And we have a second from
Any
Dharma.
discussion? I think we can move to vote, Walter.
Here we go. Okay. Amy, how do you
Yes.
vote?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Blue?
Yes.
Okay. Caroline?
Yes.
Dharma?
I vote yes.
All right. Thank you. Henry?
Yes.
Okay. Hubert?
Yes.
Yes.
Karen? Keisha?
Yes.
Okay. Lana? Leticia? Leticia, you're there? All right. Melinda?
Yes.
Okay. Morgan?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole?
Yes.
All right. Onisha? Ron?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Okay. And Zeb?
Yes.
All right. So we have 14. Leticia, I didn't get you, but that passes with 14. Leticia, are you there? Okay. All right. That passes with 14. So Keisha, I'll just turn it back to you.
All right. What's up next, Angela? You can just keep turning it back to Angela so she could move us.
Okay. So we have the Lines for Life contract extension. We do have to extend the length of the contract regardless at this point in order to make sure that the Burns have that support and that we are in alignment with the Senate bill. And so the recommendation is to extend it for a full year so that the Burns have a steady, stable organization to work with, and it gives all of you time to get accustomed to the management and oversight of the Burns. And then we would build an RFP, which would then be fulfilled by a year's time when the contract is up.
All right, I make a motion that we extend the Lines for Life contract for a year.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion on the table from Keisha to extend for a year. We have a second from, I think, both Amy and Dharma, but
And Karen.
and Karen, all of the seconds. Thank you for all of the seconds. Ron, did you have a comment or a thought?
Yeah, I just wanted to ensure that we had spoken with them last week and they were going to create a written outreach and community engagement plan to share with us. And I want that to be part of the agreement.
Oh, and then
So
it looks
John has
like
his hand up. I think it's, yeah, John is responding to that.
Yeah, Ron, when you say you want that to be part of the agreement, are you saying that you're
It
wanting?
doesn't have to be in the contract, but it needs to be brought to the council in a limited duration timeframe.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
All right, I see no more hands. I think we can move to vote. Walter?
before we do, I believe that we may not have quorum anymore. I believe that Henry had to go, and we are down to 13 at my count. Is there, would someone else mind putting a set of eyes to the number of folks?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No.
All right.
I'm counting 14 with Steve would make the 15 we need, right?
You see 14?
Yeah, but when you
I
look at me
also
like
see
that, I'm not
14
sure.
with Steve.
Steve has to make it 15. So if we have 14 voting members plus Steve, then we have it.
Do we have to do roll call real quick just to make it legit?
Yeah, let's do that really quick. Amy is here. Amy, excuse me.
I'm here.
Amy. All right. Blue.
Here.
Okay. Carlos. All right. Caroline.
Here.
Okay. Dharma.
I'm here.
All right. Elwin, Henry, Hubert.
Here.
Karen.
Here.
Okay. Keisha.
Here.
Leticia. Melinda.
Here.
Morgan.
Here.
Nicole.
Here.
Onisha. Ron.
Here.
Sabrina.
Here.
Zeb.
Here.
Steve.
Here.
Reginald. Nope, we're one short.
So
We've got
is
13 voting
Letitia,
members.
is Letitia on the phone though? She just sounded like
Yeah, she's no longer on. I don't.
Dora on the
We don't have,
that
I
show.
don't think we have.
All right. Well then, thank you all
This is
so
Steve.
much for getting through so much. Oh, please go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, on the off chance Dr. Richardson might be able to come back quick, if you want to give it 30 seconds. I just texted him. Just on the off chance he could come back.
But we would still need 14 to pass.
No, we just need a majority.
I'm not seeing a response. Sorry.
All right. Well, we got through a very lot today. We got our first grant agreement moved forward. We got some important changes done to the grant agreements. We can move the discussion of Lines for Life extension to next week. And we can also bring back the discussion of any changes around harm reduction to the grant agreements as well for next week. So well done. Thank you so much. Yes, please, Keisha.
I'm just wondering if we need to maybe have an emergency meeting or something. Is everything good with the grant agreements and moving everything? Did we get all those voted on, or are we still anything hanging?
I think, well, we got the supported employment and we got the vote on supported employment and mobile outreach. So that is good to go. The main piece left with the
Delegation of authority
delegation.
to OHA, and then also the harm reduction language that was going to go out to the in the grant agreement and the amendment to the RFTA.
So we would need that though for the final, right? We would need that for the final grant agreement to be all the way finalized.
Yeah,
right?
we don't need that. Is that what you're saying? We don't need that to
No, I'm saying we
continue
do
forward.
need it. We do need that language. Or we don't.
It was a question.
It's a question.
I have a suggestion for OHA, the urgency of this, but like, so our subcommittee meets on Friday from 12 to. What if we make the first 30 minutes of that subcommittee a full committee meeting announcing it now? Because we already have the 7 of us in the subcommittee already going to be there. And so if we can get 7 more of you know what I mean? Like the full council, we could maybe make that vote on Friday.
They would have to put out a invitation to the public and all that.
Shannon, did you
yeah,
have?
I thought it was 24, maybe it's 48 or 72 hours. I forget what their minimum is.
Shannon?
Yeah, so thanks, Shannon from DOJ. So, you know, it may be that there aren't any issues with the grant agreement you just approved, or with the services with the harm reduction piece. So we may not need to make any changes, and you can consider language for other grant agreements going forward. We can take a look, and then OHA can let folks know if that's an urgent matter that needs to be attended to before the meeting next week.
So another quick question. So would that language be in every grant agreement, or just the ones for harm reduction? Or is it like a blanket for every grant agreement?
Yeah, Keisha, this is Shannon again. I think you'd have to decide that. We could do it either way. Sometimes it's better just to include it, even if it's not applicable to some grantees, because then you don't have to worry about missing it or figuring out when to put it in and take it out. But we could talk about that.
And Steve said Dr. Richardson is coming back. I think some more people might have dropped off though.
Leticia just rejoined us. And I am counting again. I currently count 13.
Who's on the phone?
I believe that may be Jessica. Here's Dr. Richardson. Oh, okay. So that makes 14.
Was Steve being 15?
No.
No, where'd he go?
Unfortunate- He's still here, but
Oh,
he would be 14.
Looks like we lost Dharma and Nicole.
I'm here. I'm back.
Roll call again. Let's do it real quick.
Amy,
I'm here.
Blue.
Here.
Caroline,
Here.
Dharma, Henry, Hubert.
Hubert's here. He's waving.
Okay. Karen.
I'm still here.
Okay. Keisha,
Here.
Leticia.
I'm here.
All right. Melinda.
Here.
Melinda.
Sorry,
All
I was
That's all
on
right.
mute.
Okay. Morgan,
Here.
Nicole, Onisha, Ron.
Here.
Sabrina.
Here.
Zeb.
Here.
Okay. Steve.
Here.
All right. And Reginald. All right.
I'm here.
We got 14.
Did you say Letitia? Did she say yes?
She did say yes.
Yeah, but we lost Dharma.
Yep,
and
I'm
Yeah,
here.
Yes.
We lost one person again.
We lost two and
Two.
then gained two.
Call up one of them. Someone called them up. Come on, let's get this
They're
done.
ambitious, huh, to move this forward.
Well, and just because this is like the third week, I think we held them off. I mean, we just need one more person. Leo, say you're on this committee.
I'm on this committee. I am so excited.
Yeah.
I've always been in the shadows, not doing anything.
So did you need to go or what?
Yeah.
Sabrina, did you have a question?
No, I just wanted to say that I'm willing to stay as long as we need to. I'm just going to turn off my camera, but I will be here.
Hello, yes, Reginald.
I'm actually in another meeting, so can you just briefly tell me what the issue is? I missed it because I needed to go.
Of course. So we have a couple of more votes that we're trying to get through. One is on the extension of the contract for the phone line and the length of time. The other is potentially on change to the language of the grant agreement template around harm reduction.
Got you. Thank you.
And Dharma's on the way back.
Good.
So nobody has fallen off, so we just need one more person.
Here is Dharma.
Dharma's in the waiting room.
Dharma is here.
Okay, great.
And Dr. Richardson is now rejoining. And Carlos is here.
Yay.
All right.
So the motion is still on the tables. Can we just repeat that one?
Thank you, Dharma.
The motion was to approve the Lines for Life contract extend the Lines for Life contract for a year.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Keisha, a second from Amy. Good to go, Walter?
Let's do it.
Awesome,
All right.
thank you.
Okay. Amy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Oops. Yep. 1 second. Okay. Blue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Carlos, how do you vote?
Yes.
Thank you. Caroline?
Yes.
Okay. Dharma?
Yes.
All right. Hubert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Karen?
Yes.
Okay. Keisha?
Yes.
Leticia?
Yes.
Okay. Melinda?
Yes.
Okay. Morgan?
Yes.
All right. Nicole is not here. Ron?
Yes.
Okay. Sabrina?
Yes.
All right. And Zeb?
Yes.
All right. That passes with 14. Motion passes. Back to you, Angela.
Okay, thank you. We have one more to go. I am dropping into the chat the recommended language from DOJ for a potential motion regarding
I'll do that.
You'll do that?
Yep. I move for the following, no grant funds may be used for any harm reduction. Or I guess I move that the following language or substantially the same language be included in the burn grant agreement template. No grant funds may be used for any harm reduction services that would violate Oregon's drug paraphernalia law or S 475.525, including but not limited to the purchase or delivery of safe smoking supplies, drug testing strips or devices used to prepare controlled substances unless a grantee maintains documentation that demonstrates their activities fall within an exemption under ORS 475.554 or 5, or the grantee is a syringe service program providing sterile needles and syringes and other items as part of their services in accordance with ORS 475.757. Failure to comply with this provision is a grounds for termination of the grant.
Second.
Could you repeat that? Just kidding.
If anyone would like to see it, it is in the chat. And we have a motion, we have a second. When anyone care to discuss any points, or would you like to wrap this up and get it done?
It's like wrap it
Okay.
up and get it done. I don't see no hands.
Right now,
Oh,
who
whenever
made
you're
the
ready, Walter.
Okay. Who made the motion first? That's all I
Dharma.
need. Gotcha. All right. Let me write that real quick. Okay. Amy.
Yes.
Okay. Blue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Carlos? Okay. Caroline?
Yes.
Dharma?
Yes.
Hubert?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Okay. Keisha?
Yes.
Okay. Leticia?
Yes.
Okay. Melinda?
Yes.
All right. Morgan?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole? Onisha? Ron?
Yes.
Okay. Sabrina?
Yes.
and Zeb.
Yes.
All right. That passes. Oh, I
No,
didn't catch. Wait. Did I miss somebody?
that's only 13.
People that are here?
I don't know. Carlos is not here, right?
I believe
He
that
hasn't
we-
been.
Yeah, he was on one of
He
the
was,
ones.
yeah, he just voted
last
on the
one.
last one.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He might have gotten bumped out. I just sent him a text message.
Go recount your numbers,
Hey,
Walter.
I can take a quick roll up. It looks like we have 14 now since Carlos isn't here.
Dang it.
So, right. So, really quick, Amy's here. Or I'll take it from the top. Amy,
Here.
Blue,
Here.
Dharma,
I'm here.
okay, Caroline,
Yep.
Hubert,
Here.
Karen,
Here.
Keisha,
Here.
Leticia.
I'm here.
All right. And Melinda,
Yes.
no.
I'm here.
Morgan, okay. Morgan,
I'm here.
okay. Nicole, Onisha, Ron,
Here.
Sabrina,
Here.
okay, and Zeb.
Here.
All right. Steve is here. Reginald is not.
He is here.
Reginald is here.
He is
It
here.
looks-
Okay.
It looks like Carlos will not be able to rejoin us.
That gives us 15.
Yeah,
That's
Carlos only
15.
done for 335 a long time ago.
So,
So
So we have
So-
15.
we have 15.
We have
Yeah.
quorum.
We've got a
so,
we have
quorum.
quorum.
but Dr. Richardson and Steve cannot vote?
They
but
count towards quorum.
They count towards quorum.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we got 13 yes
We're good.
Okay,
with a
all
quorum.
right.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
So
Thank you, Dr. Richardson.
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Bye,